You are now tuned into the DFPN, the Dat Feelin Podcast Network.
Salute Podcast. You always in the service of drink. Salute Podcast. You always in the service of drink. Salute. Salute Podcast. What's up? What they do? And welcome to another episode of the Salute Podcast. I'm your boy, retired Chief Master Sergeant Pat Wilcox, aka the Hip Hop Chief, aka Conscious Rhyme, and the group Purgatory. The Salute Podcast is always in the service of dreamers, and we showcase the talents of our current and prior military members in the elements of hip hop. So if you can rap, also dress fresh, and you serve your country, salute's for you. So here I go once again. I had a really good episode last time, man. We talked about a lot of stuff. It was probably one of the highest rated ones from what I know. And so I just want to do something else. You know what I'm saying? I want to bring some more joy to your ears. So I'm very protective of the Salute Podcast, and I really, I'm funny about who I bring back and how I bring them back, because this is all about the military dudes and showcasing them. So, but this need to happen. I'm gonna tell a little story after we do all of the sponsors, and I think you're gonna understand why this is what it is, man. I'm gonna express some of my feelings, and then we'll roll into some of these questions, man. But I'm gonna run through some of these sponsors real quick. That's what you got there. All right, the Plugs earbuds. So I got a pair of the Plug earbuds. I like them. You should get them too. www.gettheplugs.com. Run with them. Enter the code DFPN10 for a 10% discount. AudioSwim, www.audioswim.com and permit audioswim.com and Permit Element UAE. My man Shorty Pimp 305 Day County. There we go. Next. So subscribe to the DFPN Bandcamp, www.thatfeeling.bandcamp.com. Go on there, check out the catalog. A bunch of dope stuff on there, man. I like it. I subscribe to it. So I'm telling you right now, you're gonna hear some dope music, dope hip hop, and you're gonna be able to get this project that we're finna talk about here in a minute on there as well, I'm sure. So next up, Patreon. Join DFPN Patreon, www.patreon.com/That Feeling Podcast. And just for $2, you can get all of these podcasts without any interruption from my man Black. My man Black, no, I love him to death, but I don't want to hear him all the time interrupt him. So if you don't want to hear him, you want to hear this stuff going straight through, then there we go. Yeah, just $2 extra. All right. Next up, we're going to talk about the merch. All right. The merch is available at Teesprings. Go at www.teesprings.com and search for That Feeling Podcast. Now, with that, you can get these nice Salute t-shirts right here. Live on the back right there. You got that right there. Yeah. Kind of tight. This is my sentimental cup. This is my mama's cup. And you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I lost my mom in January, but I keep these cups, man. I keep this cup as she's the first one to buy something right here. She was the first one. So I appreciate her. And so in her memory, I always keep this cup and I show this cup, man. So I think that's all we got, man. So without further ado, let's talk about normalized growth. So I always tell a story in the beginning, and I'm gonna keep up. It is right there. Got got the merch. Okay, I always tell a story in the beginning. I keep it 100. You know what I mean? I'm always 100 with what I do. So I got this text message like, yo, I want you to come to this this listening party. So as my man MRKSX must know by now, me and my man Op Solo. We serious, you know what I'm saying? We serious about this, you know what I'm saying? We live, sleep, eat, drink this all day. This is what we do. and he you know, he a little rougher than me. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little bit open to different things, but sometimes he could be a really harsh critic of certain things. You know what I'm saying? We come from a certain ilk, and that ilk is, you know what I'm saying? We descendants of Arabian and Rakim. You know what I'm saying? We descendants of you know what I mean, of my man Slick Rick, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? So when we listen to hip hop, we got a certain ear, and we kind of funny about things. So, but I keep it 100. So, you know, if we don't like it, we don't like it. We tell you straight up, you don't like it. You know what I mean? And keep it like that. So I'm listening. I'm honest. You know what I mean? I'm listening to it. I'm intently. Everybody talking. I ain't really saying that. I said a little bit here and there. I'm gonna listen. I want to hear the music. So I'm intently just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? As I'm listening to this, I'm talking about this new album that these guys had Normalized Growth in the drop. I'm listening to it. I'm like, oh god damn. I'm cussing in my mind. I'm making the ugly face. I'm like, damn. Every time, the next song that came on, I'm like, oh, wait a minute. Then he started playing videos. I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute. This dope as hell, right? You know what I'm saying? This that fire right here, man. I give it, and then I call Op up. I say, yo, this dude finna drop an album. I think it's better than, you know, they going back and forth about Kendrick. This better than Kendrick album. Because I'm telling you right now, you know, and I told you, I said, you made a couple projects. I support. I'll go out, buy, I support. But I listen to them. I listen to some, and I listen to all. But I tell you what, and vice versa. I'm sure you know it's like that, but guess what? I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be playing this one. It's going to get heavy rotation in the ride. I'm just like, damn, man, I don't know what was going on. I got a couple questions I'm going to ask y'all, man. I just want to get to the bottom. I want to get to the understanding of this. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you, this is a classic album. And that's why I was like, yo, I'm gonna double back around to my man.
Wow.
Back on the show. Because I want to, you know, the couple times he dropped another album, because they're like, Bradley, no. I'm funny about the Salute podcast. I don't run like that. But when you dope, you dope. And I just think this need to be everybody to know how dope this is. How cold this album is, you know what I mean? And my little audience, I ain't got the million people I wish I had, but my little audience I do have needs to know what greatness sound like, because that's what's gonna come out the speaker when they press play on this album.
That's love.
And I ain't just saying that because we boys. I know you. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that Philly.
Accept the love, man. Thank you.
So I gotta amp you up in the beginning. I tell my story, I gotta amp you up, but I'm telling you, I was just on there, and I waited to the very end. I said, yo, I gotta tell you this. This is what we've been waiting on. And I called Op, and I said, yo,
you was listening hard. You wasn't, you know what I mean?
I was like this. I had my ear like I'm turning around, like, wait a minute. I hear what that. You know what I mean? And then I call out. I say, yo, man, this dude, you know, so I'm listening to this. I'm like, he cold. I already knew you were cold, like when I first met you. I already said it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes we experiment, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to find their stuff. But I'm telling you, you know, anybody that was telling you to do this, they told you right.
Thank you, bro.
100%. So I'm going to be talking my ass off. I ain't going to go through all that. I want to introduce, you know what I'm saying, my man, you know, MRKSX, introduce himself. You know what I'm saying? What's up? And also my man, Clint Taylor. Go ahead.
Man, this is MRKSX, man. Detroit MC, one half of Normalized Growth. That feeling, DFBN. What up, though?
It's Clint Taylor, one half of Normalized Growth. Dayton, Ohio producer. He taking over the world.
Yep.
It's happening. I
believe it. You know, now you know I'm gonna say it. I only want to know one other dude from Ohio, producer from Ohio. You know who I'm gonna say, right? You know what I'm saying? Only one other producer. You know,
I'm talking about High Tech.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna be honest. You knocking him. You knocking him, bro. You know, I love High Tech. What I heard from you thus far is 100% dope. I mean, I don't, you know, I love High Tech. He my man, but you coming for the throne. Yeah. I'm just gonna tell you like that.
He did go. I appreciate that. Like I ain't gonna say you wrong. I appreciate that, man. He the GOAT though. Like huge inspiration, man.
Have you met him? You met him?
Never.
Man. Yeah, I think you will meet him very soon.
That'd be fire.
I think that's about to happen. 100%.
I think it's necessary. For sure.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be
Shout
dope.
out, man, Tobias Gilroy. Say he watched from Louisiana. What up, though?
What up, man? Appreciate you, bro. Tuning in to the Salute podcast. So you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get right into the and ask my couple of questions, you know what I mean? And, keep it rolling like that. So I want to reintroduce them to you, know why, you're on the Salute podcast and what we on here, as we talked about. If you can rap, also dress fresh, and you serve your country, this is for you. So I want you to tell them a little bit, reintroduce them to yourself, MRKSX, to, your little bit of your service background, where where you served at, and a little bit of you, but your military background before we jump into everything.
Oh yeah, no, all good, man. I joined the Air Force fresh out of high school, man, back in 1994. Went to after San Antonio to Wichita Falls to Shepherd for a couple of months, Wichita Falls, Texas, and then I went out to Oklahoma for 2 years. Went to Dover, Delaware for 5 years, and then went to Okinawa, Kadena Air Base for 4 years. No, for 3 years. And then went to Tokyo, to a Yokota Air Force Base for another 4. And then I got out. And while I was at Yokota, I started producing music professionally for Japanese major label artists over there. And started making a side living off of it, and it gave me the confidence to, even after being in the military as long as I was, it gave me the confidence to get out and pursue music full time. And the idea initially was to stay in Japan and never come back. So I wound up learning the language. I went to school over there, and then after about a year or so of doing that, man, I got tired of being a foreigner. That's a really long story short. We talked about it on your podcast before. But I decided to come back, man. So in 2007, I moved to Atlanta as a free man. I've been here pursuing music ever since then. Got a degree in audio production from the Art Institute of Atlanta, and got a bachelor's from them. And was an engineer for Warner Brothers for a couple of years. Had my own studio, did a lot of independent work, produced for a few different artists on Shady Records, just a bunch of people, man. And did ghost producing for a while. Worked for a couple of other production companies. All of that to realize that working for other people wasn't going to work for me. And so I decided to strike out on my own and develop myself as an artist. I made a decision in 2013. That decision took me to California for a couple of years, back to Atlanta, where I started Dat Feeling Entertainment in 2018. Yeah, 2018, where I started Dat Feeling, which subsequently started Dat Feeling Radio, Artists for Artists, which led to Dat Feeling Podcast Network. You know what I mean? So yeah, just been real busy, man. And in the middle of all of that, learned how to do video production. Most of all the videos you see shot for myself from my camp was shot and edited by me. Mentoring the artists on my label, the producers on my label, working with everybody. Almost killing myself doing that a couple of years ago. We got a podcast, Dat Feeling Podcast. Yeah, man, just been busy, just pursuing it. I've released since 2018. I've probably released 6 full-length albums under the MRKSX name. Prior to that, I went by Defocus for years. I probably released 4 or 5 albums under that name. Countless videos. I shot over 70 music videos just last year, over 70 music videos, and 52 of those were my own. We got 2 albums out on Dat Feeling as a label, 2 compilation albums. Go get it too. And here's where I am today, man. With I was in a group with a artist, with a producer named Tone Beats. We put out a couple of albums under the group name Hello Tomorrow. That was on Working Class Music record label. This is my 3rd album with Clint Taylor. We are now officially a group named Normalized Growth. The first album was just called Normalized Growth. Mm-hmm. Then he produced an album for me called The Rise of Sox Heisenberg. And the working relationship was so dope that we wrote right into what we talking about today, and subsequently wound up just naming because we have such a grasp on the sound of the brand. Just went ahead and just called it a group. You know, we just that's us. You know what I'm saying? We are Normalized Growth. You dig? But Normalized Growth is a lifestyle brand that I created. We can get into that later. You know what I mean? But but the music side of it is what me and my guy do. So hopefully that was a very long story, made as short as I possibly could have. But that's crazy because the short story is even long with all of that. But trust me, I condensed it as much as I could. And that's what brings me here today in my travels. I was lucky enough to meet the hip hop chief. You know what I'm saying? Conscious Rhyme. And it's dope, man. Him and his partner Op Solo have always been 100 from day one. You know what I'm saying? It always been what it is. He did. We all grown as hell, so we respect each other's opinions and we let each other have them. And it's dope, man. It's a really, really dope situation. So
we talking about Michael Jackson and Prince. I don't know.
Hey, man, that shit business, dog. I told you. I'm good, bro. You on what you on, man? 2017, Black corrected me. That Feeling came about in 2017. It was incorporated in 2018, though. But he is right, 2017. When those 2 years I told you I was in Cali, that's when I met Black Mac. I met Black Mac while I was in Cali. You know what I'm saying? So, dope brother. Now he running the show. Cool shit, right?
Hey, okay, I'm gonna be on them next compilations. I don't know when y'all doing it part 3, but you know, I already know.
Hey man,
you know what I'm saying? Y'all say where I'm there.
Where you at, Clint? Let them know.
I went to the military back in. I was probably about 20 years old.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
you even more. I didn't know it.
Yeah, I only stayed in for 4 years. I went to boot camp in Chicago, and I went to A school in Meridian, Mississippi for a ship serviceman. You know, like the barbers. I was a barber. I worked in security. So then I went to Virginia, where I stayed. Newport News. I went to Newport News first. We was in the shipyard for about a year straight. Okay. Just there. And then from there, we went to Norfolk, Virginia, however you say it.
Yeah.
I was there for 3 years. I met my wife there. I had my daughter there. I met one of my mentors there. Yeah, I was only in the military for 4 years, man. I got out. But yeah, it was something else. A lot of people wanted me to stay in. They were saying, you know, like, ain't nothing out there. Like it was crazy. Once I made that decision to get out, I really saw what the world was like. You know what I'm saying? Like that was a life-changing decision. I actually tried to get back in. You know, like I was afraid a little bit.
Yeah.
And but I'm glad I didn't though. Like I'm glad that I made that decision to go into the military. I've met a lot of good people. Like
I gotta have you on here just by yourself. I didn't even know that. You know what I'm saying? I just gotta have this man back to tell me all of what you just said. Elaborate, make that sucker longer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's
bro,
simple.
you got my wife over here screaming and shit. I told you my wife was in the Navy too. She had the same. She did what you did. Y'all did the same thing.
Word. She was a sip song. Word. That's crazy.
That's her comment right now. She in the comments right now talking about I was an SH.
Oh, word. Man, it's a cool it's a cool rate because like people need you because you do laundry, you work in the ship store, like you got cats who need their cigarettes, you know what I'm saying? They need their cigarettes, they need their, and you can make a little side hustle just by being a SH, you know what I'm saying? So it was cool. Like everybody knew me. Then once everybody figured out I made beats, it was crazy. Like that was something else. Like cats walking past the dude making beats, like, oh, who this cat think he is? You know what I'm saying? Like it was crazy. I would have my master chief, like I would be making beats, and I would look up. It'd be like two chiefs behind me, like, what you doing? Here, just listen to this. Change their lives. Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
Different. Yeah, it was different. It was different.
Got my wife excited, bro. I swear, bro. She in the comments.
He surprised me. I had no idea.
I'm gonna tell Angie this. Check if she can hear me. Check this out. Cause I rapped a little bit back then too. So and I was still making beats. So we went out to sea for about 7 months, and I bribed my chief to let me get the soda storeroom, like where we kept all the Red Bulls and all that shit, the Monster, and like let me if I keep it clean, let me use this as like my little makeshift studio so I can keep my sanity while I'm out here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Being there, and he let me do it. He's like, if you late for muster, it's over. Like if it ain't clean, it's over, man. I had that shit the whole time we was out, man. It was dope. I gained his respect too, because I show up to muster tired as a motherfucker, but I'll be on time. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, so I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean making beats and shit. You know what I'm saying? It was dope, bro.
Yeah, we gotta talk. We got to get this man on here by himself.
On by himself, bro. Yeah, he got to run the story. It was forever until I asked him the story. When I got the story, it was later. It was later. I was like, man, because he don't really talk too much about that time. But it's interesting. It's super interesting. Super interesting.
Wait. I get him on here. This is what this for. People like you. Now, people hit me up left and right want to get on. I'm telling you, I got another cat I met. People just introducing different people. How you doing? How you doing, Miss Brown? I see you back there. Yes, man. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm we gotta talk back because I got a couple dudes, people hit me up, and but I like good stories, you know what I'm saying? That he should start going on. I'm like, yo, we need to, say something. I want you to come back. We're gonna just talk about this. Just you and me, and just chop it up. You know what I mean?
No doubt, we can definitely do that. No doubt.
That's what the salute is all about.
That's what it was made for. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to, I got some more stuff coming. I just, I've been I be doing my thing. I'm a busy man, but I'm getting in. I'm trying to get back into my swing. So you know what I'm talking about. So my next question for y'all, and then maybe y'all answered some of it just a few minutes ago, is pretty much, you know what I'm saying, where and how did y'all meet? I think you touched on it a little bit, but
I'll let Clint take it on because I think he bumped into something I was doing online.
Yeah. I had he was defocused at the time.
Yep.
Heard this jazz record online. I think a guy named Daryl Reeves. And he was on, and I was checking it out. It was dope. I really loved the actual song. And what was weird was I ended up scrolling and seeing him on Instagram, and I was like, wow, that's the dude that was just on the song. So I followed him, and it went from there, man. I was just checking out his music. He was just killing shit all the time. The work ethic was crazy, and I just hit him up one day like, hey man, I wanna make an album with you. And I didn't realize how hard he worked. You know what I'm saying? It was like he was like all right, you know what I'm saying? But he ended up putting me down with the crew, man, and the rest is history, man. Like once we made the first record, it was like time went like this for real. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I seem like right now, just talking about that shit. Like it's like I sent them one beat, and now we here. That's how I feel.
And what's ill is Daryl Reeves was a teacher of mine at school. You know what I'm saying? So, who had come back to me after school and was like, "Man, I want you to get on this record with this other artist. It's another actually artist that wound up getting really popular out of Atlanta." And he was like, "I want y'all to get on here," and we both got on it, but he didn't like that artist part, but he kept mine, you know. And so in the jazz circles, that album made a little noise, you know, because he blended hip hop with jazz kind of before or around the same time Robert Glasper, and then was like really starting to kind of Terrace Martin and Robert Glasper, like those guys, like he was in that same mix doing his stuff too, but out of Atlanta. And it's ill that Clint bumped into it. But when I heard his music, I immediately played me and E, shout out to E Smitty. Me and E used to go to the gym every day. And so together, and I was like, man, you got it. I started sending him your videos. I was like, man, check this dude out. He was like, yo, he nasty. I'm like, yo, he got that feeling. We was real big on shit that had that feeling. I was like, man, he got that feeling, bro. He trying to work. He trying to work. I'm like, bro, dude, nasty. I like, man, but I'm working on 2 albums right now. You know what I'm saying? And I said, but I said, man, I got an idea. And then I hollered at both of them about, they had already started. I think he followed you and you had already kind of started just being cool. And I was like, man, it'd be dope if because I had just convinced E to focus more on singing again, right? Like that's a whole story in itself. And so he was kind of looking, you know, but he loved hip hop so much that I was like, man, maybe I could split the difference if I could get you to work with Clint. You know what I mean? It could be kind of like how Mary used to just sing over like hip hop beats. I thought it might just be a dope idea. They wound up clicking so much that they formed a group of their own called Itis. You know, and they did an album and, you know, mixtapes worth of music themselves. Man, we wound up going to North Carolina for them and shooting videos and performing. Like it was dope. But
that was
after
dope.
all that, and then Clint wound up producing on the last compilation album, as that feeling compilation album. And I had a couple of beats laying around and they wound up going on my subsequent albums, you know, and then we just kept working, man. Then we just caught a vibe. We just caught a vibe, bro. He's real easy to work with. He's always working, right? So I vibe with that. I'm always working. He's always working. So, you know, I ain't scared. You know, he played me a beat, messing that thing over. You know what I mean? And that's really what it was, man. I can't think of a more organic, creative relationship that I've ever had, like with somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just, you know, he's serious about what he do, bro. Like he really serious about what he do. And I think he know the greatness is in him, you know, but you know this too, Conscious Rhyme, like you could be the greatest MC, but if you don't have the greatest producer, it don't, you know what I mean? And vice versa. You could be the greatest producer, but if you don't have the MC to be the proper billboard for what you do, you know what I mean? Ultimately, you need, you know, there is no Timberland without Missy G. Like, you just, somebody got to show the world the possibilities, you know, of what's, you know what I'm saying, what can be done with your music. You know what I mean? If you know, I don't think you have Dr. Dre without Ice Cube. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, you know what I'm saying? Ice Cube and Ren, like they knew exactly what to do with that music. So
exactly what to do.
You know, so you know, those and I believe those marriages happen organically too. Like you can't force those either. It's like when Nori and Pharrell met. You know what I'm saying? It was like a match made in heaven. Who knew? Like
Crazy.
It's so I came a long way to run into my guy Clint, man. And so I count it as a super blessing.
You know? It is a blessing, though. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like I say, me and I wasn't no producer. I didn't ever want to be a producer. I just wanted to be an MC. I wanted to be Rakim. That's all I wanted to do. But then, you know, we had no music. And then you had people, you know, standing you up. You go meet a producer. You say you're going to do this. He ain't going to do that. So me and him got our little money together. And we got $3,500 together and got us a little core trike. And that's how I learned how to start making beats. And then, you know, and just started getting better with it. You know what I'm saying? I just self-taught myself. You know, it's still some things I don't know. You know, I have to ask people like, you know, Donnie. I had to ask Donnie, you know, what's up? You know what I mean? Now I know you, hella. If I got a question, I might have to hit you up, man. You know, ask
You got it.
a question. Now I don't know nothing about
machine.
This MK3. You know what I mean? I ain't never used a beat machine. Everything I've been doing been on the Reasons, or you know, I had like a little MIDI controller. So this all kind of new stuff to me. So yeah, man, you know, he's 100% right. You know, you can't have one without the other. You know, I had to invent myself and make myself into a producer because we didn't have nobody, man. Nobody was coming stepping up. So it's a blessing that y'all two got together. I'm telling you, this I'm hearing magic, man. So it only the heavens got together and put y'all together and made that happen, man. And we all finna be, you know, I heard the first couple stuff y'all did. This on something else. This on another level right here. You know what I mean?
Thank you.
So my next question is,
Go ahead, bro. No. Go ahead. Next question. I'm with you.
You know, my next question for y'all is, what was the inspiration for this album? What inspired y'all? What was it?
For this album?
Yeah, for this album. What was the inspiration for this particular album? Because it's so good.
So thank you. Well, so just to be clear, we always working, right? So we never stop working. But when it becomes an album, that's an interesting question because it seems like when a certain amount of songs pool around where our conversations lie at the moment becomes the album, right? It just so happens like he always creative, but he'll catch a creative vibe to where he'll be like in this pocket for a minute. You see what I'm saying? And it
can't get out there, motherfucker.
It just so happens that maybe I just finished reading a certain book or something like that or whatever, and I'm in this pocket too. So I'm meeting those particular tracks with these ideas, and then it just kind of, you know, forms itself. I was working on 3 different albums at the same time, to be quite honest with you, with 3 different producers, you know, Clint being one of them. And so every project was completely different from the other. And so this is a part of me developing myself as an artist. Like it just, you know, trying to see what works the best. And so we did Normalized Growth, the first one, after we did the album, The Rise of Sox Heisenberg. Actually, The Rise of Sox Heisenberg was done. And then we did the first Normalized Growth and put that out first. It got a pretty decent reception. I thought it might warm people up to what it sounds like for me and him to work together on the whole project. You know, that was my thinking. But the Normalized Growth idea just came out of trying to figure out how to help MCs get older on purpose, right? It's to embrace the wisdom that comes with getting older, you know, and creating a subgenre that a crowd could also affix themselves to, right? Like, so because we call, you know, some music preachy or conscious music or whatever, but hip hop really ain't that old. Really ain't that old. So weird things started to happen. Like remember, like we were sure that Slick Rick was old school. We were sure Big Daddy Kane was old school. We were sure Rakim was old school. You know, the Furious 5. Like we were sure Marley Marl was old school. And then Snoop had been out 15, 20 years. Then it was like, well, wait a minute. Okay, is Snoop old school?
Is he?
Because if Snoop is old school, what is Slick Rick? And then it got weird. So okay, no problem. And then Lil Wayne got to be 15, 20 years in the game. So it was like, okay, well, is Lil Wayne old school? Okay, because if Lil Wayne is old school, what is Snoop Dogg? If Snoop Dogg is old, you know what I mean? Like it started, we got into this real weird thing, and nobody really knew what to do, what to call it, how to. And so then you started seeing older dudes dressing and sounding like younger dudes. It was weird. It was like, well, all they knew how to do was to try to stay young.
Yeah.
And it just looked really odd to me, man. Like it just looked really, it just looked
kind of
really
like Fat Joe in the boots. Fat Joe in the boots.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was kind of like that. It was like how do we what do people, you know, when you get older, you know, artists go to jail and then they get out and you want to hear from them to see, you know, like what did jail do? Like, are you any wiser? Are you and then they more crazier than they was before they went to jail. You know, it's like a
Tupac.
Yeah, it's like it's this weird, but Tupac was in his early 20s. You know what I mean? Like these guys, you know, sometimes we forget that, right? Like Tupac was still a very young guy. You know, you know, I'm talking guys in their mid 30s, man, that just cannot figure out how to age this thing very well. And so I needed to make growing normal. So that's why I came up with normalized growth. Like I just wanted it to be normal to get older. I wanted it to be a verb in our lexicon as we talk about what kind of music is. Well, I'm kind of on my normalized growth bag. You know what I mean? Like I wanted it to be something like that. And I said, well, I'll do it. You know what I mean? I'll be the artist at this particular age to do what doesn't happen. I'll get on at this age. Like it doesn't happen. It's not a thing. But it's super challenging to the public to be faced with such an idea, right? Because like I said, hip hop ain't that old. So when we were 20, we thought being 30 and rapping was old. Then when we got to be 30, we was like, well, maybe being 40 and rapping is old. Then you get to 40 and you like, well, man, I'm actually kind of in the best shape of my life lyrically. So what do I do with this? You know, what do I do with this? Well, maybe 50.
I understand that problem.
Yeah. It's a very unique situation. And even the fans, not necessarily fans, but hip hop lovers, they run out of thinking they can find new artists that speak to them today, right now, where they are, you know. And so it's a unique problem, man. You got people like Busta Rhymes, you know, who's one of my favorite entertainers of all time, kind of trapped in this vortex of like, you know what I mean? Like, do I go ahead and get older, or do I keep doing the thing I've been doing? It's a weird thing, man. So
that's all the jeans I could find, and I know I'm 50.
I mean, you know, and you know, if you a slim guy, you know, slim fitting jeans probably look fine. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I like it just to make it quick and just to sum it up. It's like, you know, look, man, Louis sell that in your size too. You know what I mean? So, you know, so you should probably wear Louis.
All right,
like, that's all I'm saying. It's like, hey man, Balenciaga does sell that in yours. I don't know if you know, they actually do sell it in your size, and it looks good. So maybe you should look like a dude that's your age wearing still some expensive shit, so that the kids have something to look forward to, bro. Like the kids need to look at older people and say, oh, I can still be cool when I get older. Not look at a whole bunch of old dudes saying, so what are we doing that's cool now, kids? You know, so you know what I mean? Like we the old dude, you know what I'm saying? We supposed to give them something. Remember when you was a kid, you looked up to the older dudes, like, why I gotta stop? Why does that have to stop? Why can't, you know, when you and I talked about doing this podcast, it's like, listen, man, there's a young guy in the military who has no desire to get out the military, but he wants to do hip hop, and he can't parse how to make that make sense. He has no idea how to make that make sense. Well, maybe you can make it make sense for him. Yep. You understand what I'm saying?
My next show, I'm gonna come up. You're gonna get a guy like that.
Oh, bet. I can't wait.
He tight now. Any guy, he got a little power. So.
Yeah.
And he in the military, in the Air Force. Yep.
Oh
yeah. I mean, I love that, man. I didn't even think, you just broke it down, and I think that same stuff all the time, man. Me and our solo had these long talks about stuff all the time. And it seemed like that's the same thing. I'm glad you actually put a name to it. You made something to normalize growth, because it is normal for us to grow. It's normal for us to get gray hair. It's normal for us to roller. You can't stop. But what do you do with the skills that you got? So now you're telling me I'm 40. I'm supposed to just stop with, what I've been doing half of my life, and I'm still good at it.
Granddad. It's over, Granddad.
It's over. You know what I'm saying? I got a couple gray hair now. You're like, no, you got gray hair now. Stop running. I'm better than you. I'm better than this young dude right here. So what are you saying? You know what I'm saying? I'm better than you.
Hip hop.
Exactly.
Hip hop is the only genre that skills and age it's weird. Like a person's skill level doesn't stop when they get to a certain age. You know what I'm saying? Like, you keep getting better, especially if you keep doing your craft. But hip hop don't get that. It's just like, nah, nigga, you're done. Like, it's crazy. Like, once you reach a certain age, they kind of like, okay, who's next type of shit. That shit is wild to me.
It's wild to me. While I'm looking at Mick Jagger, he could barely get on stage. He's steady rocking.
They can do that. They can do that. They can do that. And hip hop is artists put more thought, like bust their brains coming up with this shit. Mm-hmm. But you holding me to an age. I mean, Tim McGraw, like it's crazy, bro. Like, it's like hip hop. When you do like on you, like you guys type of level, it's like like gladiator mentality. Like, y'all actually like be in the gym mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy to me.
Yeah, man. I'm 100 times better than I was when I was 20. You know what I'm saying? You got more experience, normalized growth. You got experience. You done lived. So now you're able to talk about things on another level. And where when you was younger, it didn't make sense. Now you can make it make sense. It makes sense now. It all fit. And it's coming out the mouth of somebody it should be coming out. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, I would say all kind of stuff, kind of like I'm saying now. I just feel like now it's better because, I've lived and it makes sense that I'm saying what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
It got more conviction in it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more conviction in it. It's wisdom in it. It's true wisdom. It's not just knowledge. It's not just cool things to say. Like, it come across as like I remember looking up to my Uncle Greg, man. Like, man, that nigga was cool, man. You know what I'm saying? He be out there hooping with us in silk shorts and you know what I'm saying, silk button ups, man, with the little chain and shit. In dress shoes, like, you know what I'm saying? He be out there hooping with us, man. But that was my Uncle Greg. We all thought he was cool. You know what I'm saying? Always with a woman, like he was cool. He was Uncle Greg. Like, we used to look up to Uncle Greg. Like, he wasn't in his 20s, he was in his 30s. Like, that was my Uncle Greg.
I look up to Jimmy until
cool. Like, what's up with the cool OGs? Like, it's not cool to be an OG. Like, that when did that go away?
Hey, it was cool. He had like the little man purse, and I went to junior high with that man purse, but that didn't work. That didn't work. You're like, what's that? Like, man, it's a pouch. My uncle gave me a pouch for Christmas. Nah, there ain't no pouch, buddy. That's a man purse. I had to stop taking the man purse.
So hip hop is just a cycle of the youth teaching the youth. You know what I mean? So it'll never, like, you can't learn a lot from somebody that's your age. You think about it, like, so it's just like a cycle of years and years of kids teaching kids and giving their advice. You know what I mean? Like that can do damage too. You know what I'm saying? Bro,
it is doing damage. Yeah, definitely damage. You can look at what they're doing and the outcomes of the things that they're doing. it ain't working. They need some normalized growth. I say it again. I like that word. They need some normalized growth,
bro. Yeah, getting older is a privilege, man. Getting older is a privilege not afforded to many. I mean, listen, man, the greatest among us didn't get the privilege. Mike didn't get the privilege. Prince didn't get the privilege. Whitney didn't get the privilege. Like they didn't get the privilege of growing old, bro. Like as much as we loved them and as much as they did in the world, they were not afforded the privilege of getting older, bro, of being older people. You know what kind of benefit the world will have right now to have a 60-something-year-old Michael Jackson, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what that would benefit, a Usher or Chris Brown, you know what I mean? Somebody like that to have a mic to go talk to right now, to figure out, like, bro, it's important. It's important, bro.
It's really important.
And other cultures actually know it too, like especially Asian cultures. Like they the way they look at the older people in society, man, like they appreciate them a lot more.
Yeah, we the only ones that look at like, yo, you corny now. Like, when did I become corny? About 10 years ago, I was the freshest man walking. How did I become corny all of a sudden? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm like that too, man.
How old was Chuck D and them when they was putting out that knowledge and all that?
Chuck was grown as hell at the time. Even then, he was a radio DJ, bro. Chuck was in his late 20s, man. You know what I'm saying? Before he actually started rapping like that. Yeah. I don't know if you ever watched his interviews. Like he wasn't even rapping. Like, he was a DJ, like a DJ.
But a 17-year-old, 18-year-old Chuck D wasn't probably on that shit though. You know what I'm saying? He had to get there.
Yeah.
But back then it wasn't like that. So you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I love Chuck D. He inspired me, man. I mean, every song he was playing, I used to be on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Flavor Flav, I thought he was goofy at the time, but then you start seeing what it was about and how they worked together.
Listen, man, Chuck D would have been as palatable if you couldn't look on the other side of the stage and see Flav clowning, like you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it just go. It just
back then, like, okay, what this cat do? But you just like Flav. Flav was just Flav.
Flav was Flav, bro.
Yeah, he's still Flav. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wish we just had more of that. That's why I say I like stuff like this and have these conversations and have these deep conversations about things like this. But we need just more of the balance. I always talk about the balance. We don't have no balance. It's either one thing or the other thing. You ain't got nothing in between. We just need balance, man. And I think it's room for that. And I think it's coming back around where people start to notice that, hey, there's a little room for that. And once it become that way, I don't think we're gonna shy away from it. I might be wrong. It might go in spurts. But I think once that pocket is open and there's room and they know it's room and they accept, a versatile type of music, I just don't think it's gonna go back. I think it's a need for that today. With all the stuff that's going on in the world, you need something. You need that, once again, that normalized growth. I keep saying everybody know the name and know what it's about.
Absolutely, bro.
And that's free publicity right there. Yeah. So my next question, I don't know if I might already hit on it, man, but we didn't talk so much here for a minute. But how about I want to know how long did it take for y'all for this all to come together? How many years of just
this album?
Just this whole normalized growth, because you just said some stuff right there, man. That didn't happen overnight.
No,
just came up with, and what you just said did not happen overnight. So I'm like, How long did it take all this to come together?
I would say 2 years now.
About 2 years?
Yeah, about 2 years.
With the name and everything coming up with all that.
Yeah, from when I first introduced the concept of it, to it becoming music, right? Because first it was just like a name, and it really was just a lifestyle brand. I just wanted to sell some shirts and put some dope quotes out, maybe do a podcast, something like that. It didn't necessarily dawn on me in the beginning that it could be a musical subgenre. That wasn't the idea. It was just something to create conversation in the beginning. So full-blown fruition to where it is right now, website, merch, albums, all features, you know what I mean? Like about 2 years, bro.
Because you keep saying, whenever you say subgenre, I'll be like, what do you mean by subgenre? We talking about?
Well, yeah. Well, so okay. So the subgenre thing in hip hop. So I can explain this pretty easily. I think it was Billboard that came out with the top 200 rap albums of all time here very recently, where Biggie Small's album Ready to Die was the #1 album. Are y'all familiar with this list I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so on the same list, Cardi B was in front of you know what I mean, on this list, and so the problem with stuff like this is that hip hop there's so many different people that do it, and for so many different reasons, and they have influence for different reasons. In my opinion, Nas and Cardi B you don't judge Nas against Cardi B. You understand what I'm saying? That's no knock to either of them, but they don't need to be fighting. It's like the big kid and the little kid in school. You know what I'm saying? You judge the little kid fighting skills by how he fight little kids, and the big kid how he fight big kids. Like you don't look at them together and be like, well, clearly that's not how this shit goes, bro. But and in other genres, like you don't rank John Mayer against Ozzy Osbourne just because they both play guitar. Like that's not how that works. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? So it have subgenres over there. You know what I'm saying? We need them now too. We typically say Southern, Midwestern. You know what I mean? West Coast, East Coast. We do that.
North Coast, West Coast, East Coast.
Yeah, we do that, but in my opinion, that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? That's not enough. I think we need hard lines in the sand. I think that your purpose for what you're doing has more to do with anything. If you do party music, right? And that's what you do. Like I would say Cardi B does party music. That's what I would say. I would say if you listen to a Cardi B album, you could probably judge that up against a what's those young ladies from Miami name?
The City Girls.
Yeah, the City Girls. I would say Cardi B and the City Girls belong in the same conversation.
I would agree.
And what I'm saying, because that's the kind of music that they do, and which somebody like Luke is one of the forefathers of, right? Correct. Which is MC Hammer, Oaktown 357. You know what I'm saying? Like they have their own forefathers too, and we love that part of hip hop. Like party music is the shit, but you don't judge Cardi B against Nas. It's just not what you do, bro. And so normalized growth, in my opinion, is a subgenre. You know what I'm saying? We don't approach music. We don't approach creating hip hop from a pop music lens. It's not part of what we do, is what I'm saying, right? So nothing we do here should ever be judged up against, say, NBA YoungBoy. You understand what I'm saying? That's just not, like, we don't belong in the same conversation. But the way that the awards are given out, the way that these lists are made right now, we'd be on the same list.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? And they would have to figure out how to rank YoungBoy and MRKSX, on the same list. I don't belong on any list. We don't do shit the same. We rap to beats, but that's about where it ends.
That's crazy. They judge you in so many ways.
It's just as offensive. It is to me. It's offensive to him. He's like, man, I don't. You know what I mean? Like, we don't do the same thing. So you say everybody that play guitar make rock music? I don't think so, dog. Like, I think people gotta relax. And it's time, bro. Like, it's been around long enough. Like, it's time to go ahead and do it. It's time to say, y'all do that kind of music over there. Okay, cool, no problem, bro. I would say you could rank, Little Baby and YoungBoy and maybe the Migos, right, who were before them, but it seems like more of a linear move, right?
They all fit together.
Yeah, it's more of a linear move. Future and Gucci Mane is kind of the father of all of that, and T.I.'s in there, but T.I.'s more Scarface lineage than he is young boy lineage. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion,
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
You know, Trick Daddy Dollars. You know what I mean? This type of, you know, I'm gangster, but
it's more influenced by Scarface than anything. Yeah,
absolutely. So it. I think that you don't rate the game. You know what I'm saying? Against, I don't know, Gunna. You know what I'm saying? You know, like they don't.
it ain't gonna fit.
Yeah, they don't make the same kind of music, dog. So that's what, when I say subgenre, that's what I mean. I think we have to embrace, like, you know, what it is, dog. Like we talk about life over here. You know, we talk our shit too. It's rap, you know, but we talk about life too, but not the same type of life we talk about over here. Like nobody dies over here, bro.
No,
You know what I mean?
No.
You know,
They judge hip hop.
I think
hip hop in so many ways.
Say what now?
They judge hip hop. They judge hip hop in so many ways, but then when it's time to rank you or whatever, it's like, okay, who sold the most? It's like it's crazy. Like we're gonna judge you off of age and all this other shit, like your following, what's on your Spotify. But then when it's time to rank you, okay, who sold the most? It's stupid.
It's stupid.
But you know what though? But that's a list too. That's a whole nother, you know, like if you can do that, you can do that, but that ain't this list. That's another list. Like that's you know what I'm saying? You know, that's another list. You can judge Chance the Rapper against Kanye West, right? Like it makes sense. Like there's a lineage there of, you know what I mean, like-minded reasons and energies that they put out, you know, shit like that, man. But yeah, that's all that is, bro. Hopefully that
I like it, man. I'm gonna be able to, you know, maybe hopefully he'll watch this. But he had asked me, I'm like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So here we go. I'm glad you broke it down, and what you said make 100% sense, man. Like I said, I know myself where I fit in. I know I'm public enemy all day. I'm gonna speak my stuff. I'm gonna say what I'm gonna say, and it's gonna be more on a militant type mindset, because I just feel like we ain't got it. All this stuff going on, cats walking in shooting kids, ain't nobody talk about it.
It's not out there.
I'm that guy. I'm gonna talk about it.
Listen, bro, Solo should not be on the list with YG.
No.
But they go back. You know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? That's not.
They both have hard bottom shoes. I would.
I feel that, you know.
That's about it.
That's about it. But that's what I'm saying. Like you don't, Mystical was in the military too. But does that mean him and Conscious Rhyme belong on the same list of who's a better MC? Like, come on, dog. Like, who's judging?
Y'all know who I found out was Jeezy was in the military, bro.
Was he?
What?
When?
It was an interview. This dude B High, I think from Atlanta, he got like this little shit. Yeah. And this dude up there, he said, I forgot his name, but he said, I met Jeezy at boot camp. I'm like, word. I'm gonna send you the video. I didn't know that shit. Yeah.
Nice, man. Man.
Out of everybody, Jeezy though.
Dang, I would have never thought Jeezy. They be
Snowman.
On the other hand, who would have thought doggone Rick Ross would have been a correction officer? We just don't know what these do. Everybody be talking about they slinging snow, but yeah, you shoveling snow in the military. So my next question for y'all, man, is so, you know, I know you say he sent some beats and, you know, here and there, man, but I'm curious to know that first beat he sent. What was the beat that you heard when you knew, oh, we got something special? This about to be something. What was that beat that he sent you that you heard like, damn, this is it. This is gonna be something special. I know it.
The very first beat he ever sent me. It became a song.
This project is coming up, or whatever. You know, what was the first time you heard the first beat you heard? Like, okay, this dude and me, this about to be it, or this project is gonna be something because I heard this beat.
The very first beat he sent me, I knew. I was like, okay, we gonna work, but I'm always 2 projects ahead. You know what I mean? So, but No, the first batch of beats he sent me, I rapped to all of them eventually. Like I did something to all of them eventually. Like they all became something eventually. You know what I mean? Like from the first batch, from the first beat he sent me, I said, "Oh no, this dude, yeah, like, like it's on
the first song was crazy too. Like
yeah,
I think it's out.
Yeah, it's not even like there's a song called "Yo Mama and Jesus" on my album. I think it's Elbrick Road, bro. Like that's the first,
Elbrick Road.
you know. And so we did that, and I was sold. It really did. But see, again, developing myself as an artist and trying to figure out what the best route for me to take was a very long and winding roaded journey.
Well, I know. I've been with you. I've been checking you out along that road.
So it's trying to find the best energy and the, you know, what works the best, right? And so and Clint has been there through the whole thing. You know, through the whole thing, we've been working. We never stopped working. It just so happens that, you know, he and I landed on something. It's like a shirt, bro, that just fit great. Like it was like, man, like you know what, man, I think I'm gonna go. I could wear all that, but man, this one right here, man, this fit real well right now. I'm gonna go ahead and be patient and wear this one for a while and see what I can get out of this. You know, that's literally what that was.
Oh, I'm saying I had to ask that question because it's dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, how the hell, you know, what was that moment that, you know, you heard like, okay, this is it. This is gonna be something. You know what I mean? That explain it. You know what I mean? I like stories like that because I know, you know, I can tell you, you know, like I say, I've had beats that I played for Op Solo. He ain't like them. He like, oh, yeah, man. And I'll play something for him. He like, oh, damn, you know, and that leads into other things, and it just started growing. You know what I mean? From just that one beat, I let him hear. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hey, Miss Angela, what do you mean by where would y'all fall in line with? Maybe I missed the context of that, but if you could comment again and let me know what you meant by that, maybe we can answer the question better. But go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, so my next question for y'all is, okay, so you got a lot of people on the album. You know what I'm saying? I saw a couple people that, you know, that I'm digging on the album. And, you know what I'm saying? I would love to meet one day, so I'm just being a stand, throwing that stuff out.
But that's already in the works. Yeah, that's already in the works for getting some of them on the podcast network. Just FYI.
I can't wait. So you know, my question with it is, you know, how did you make some of them connections? You know what I mean? It ain't easy to make some of these connections, and you got some pretty dope connections. So you got, you know, first tell some of the people that's on the album, and then, you know, how you made some of those connections.
So on the album is Elzai, who's most people, if you know him, you probably know him from his work with Slum Village from Detroit. They had a couple of hit records, one with Kanye, and you know, they had a few big records. Jay Dilla produced them. Another artist is King Crooked Eye from the West Coast, who's highly touted as one of the best, definitely out of Long Beach, but he's got to be top 10 all time West Coast and probably top 20, 30 all time hip hop period. You know what I mean? He's that mean with it, man. A lot of people would not have a problem with what I just said, you know. And then you got my man Sky Zoo, Brooklyn's own Sky Zoo, legendary artist, probably one of the most consistent MCs to come out of Brooklyn ever. I think that's not an understatement.
No.
To say that he's one of the most consistent MCs out of Brooklyn ever. So they're on the album, man.
He's heavy rotated in my car. In my car every day is a Sky Zoo song playing. Every single day.
For sure. And I actually told him that too. And he was like, man, that's dope. To him, I said, thank you. You know what I'm saying? And that morning that you shared in the group, you was like, this is how I start my mornings. I showed that to him. I was like, man, my man be talking about, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but in terms of how I made the relationships, so the one that I've had the longest is with Crooked Eye. We met some years back, how did we meet? My guy LB, shout out to my guy LB, my business partner, and the guy that owns a company called Long Story Longer. And he also is the owner of the Plugs brand too. He enlisted Crooked to be a sponsor for the Plugs when he first kicked them off. And he also does show bookings for people. Crooked's one of them. So he booked some shows with him. And then he wound up putting together a tour back in 2019, I think it was 2019, called the Shady Gang Tour. And it was Crooked I, Obi Trice, Sweetie McVeigh, and me. And we toured America. And that's how I met Crooked. Got to know him. Turns out he's 2 days older than me. His birthday was on tour. While we was on tour, we hung out a lot during the drives in between cities, and really got to chop it up, man. Really got to chop it up as people, right? Just as people. And while we in the car riding, you know what I'm saying? Like anything, everybody playing their music, right? You know what I'm saying? So I start playing my stuff. I start playing my stuff too. And then one night they didn't have a like the backstage area where the artist will wait to come out actually was on the side of the stage. So this one particular night that I performed, he had to watch me perform. When he watched me perform and he saw what I was doing, it kind of changed everything. You know what I'm saying? And so then our conversations got a little bit deeper. And then so that's the relationship I'm very proud of. You know what I mean? Because he really is a real dude, man. Brothers are the Horseshoe Gang. I don't know if y'all have heard of them, the Shoe Gang. And he actually joined forces with his brothers to make another group called Family Business. I'm on the hook of a song that they used to have called My Lady. It used to come on Shade 4 or 5 every day, you know. So I did that for them, and I did a couple of other songs for them. And I think I've been on every Shoe Gang album since then till now, you know, in some capacity, way, shape, form. He put out some albums I'm on the hooks of. The first album he did with Joel Ortiz, I'm on track 1 of that. That's me on the chorus of that. You know, and he hand delivered me to Royce the 5'9", you know what I mean? And Royce produced an album for him and his brothers. I don't know if it'll ever come out, but I was on like 3 of those songs, you know. So like he just been a real one, man, from the beginning, bro. Like I just he never, like, that's what he do. Like if he see genuine talent, like he's on it. Like he not threatened by it. You know what I mean? And so that's just the big homie. Like that's just the big homie. So asking him to get on a joint wasn't a problem. Like he just did it. He heard the beat, he heard what it was, and he hopped on it and killed it. The situation with Skyzoo, I've been looking for Skyzoo for a couple of years. I manifested Skyzoo to be on some of my music, and the first couple of initial ways I thought I could get him, I couldn't. You know what I mean? I kept running into issues trying to get in touch with him, and an engineer that I knew in Atlanta named AJ. Shout out to AJ. I saw him. AJ mixed All the Beautiful Things. I think that's the name of Skyzoo's last album.
Yes.
So AJ,
I have it on rotation, like I said. Yep.
Right. So AJ is an engineer. He runs a studio, a very popular studio in Atlanta. I think it's called Salem Psalms. Really, really good dude, man. Mixes a lot of Rick Ross's stuff, just a lot of people. And so I happened to be on IG one night and see him in the lab with Skyzoo. So I texted him. I was like, bro, I've been trying to find Skyzoo. I'm trying to get him on the song. He was like, let me see what's up. Let me do info. You know what I'm saying? And I reached out to him. He was like, well, send me the joint. You know, he didn't just say I'd do it. You know, he's like, send me the joint. You know what I'm saying? So I sent him the joint, man. He hit me right back. He was like, yo, this is beautiful. Yo, who's this on the hook? I'm like, it's me. Oh shit. Who's on the verse? It's me. Oh shit. I'm with it, bro. This is the business. This is what it is. I'm on it. You know what I'm saying? So he did it. He hopped on it. He bodied it. And subsequently, I had actually sent him some music with me on the hook months prior, right? And him trying to find my email address, he found those emails of the other joints I had did for him. It was like, what's up with these joints? So that is what sparked the additional relationship with him. You know what I mean? Another real dude, you know what I mean? Super real dude, man. One of my favorite artists as well, bro. You know what I'm saying? Music for My Friends is one of my favorite albums, period. Just across the board. It's an album which I wrote, man. Music for My Friends and Peddler's Theme are my two favorite albums.
Oh my God, that Peddler's Theme, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
I
man.
play that every minute, man. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, listen, man. A huge inspiration for me as an artist. He's normalized growth. You dig what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like he's definitely, he would fit very comfortably in that.
Odyssey's the other one.
Odyssey as well. You know what I'm saying?
I rotate them in my car every day. I'm about to throw some normalized growth in there too now. You know that. I'm going to throw y'all in there as well.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, you got to, man. Got to.
Sure, bro. For sure, man. My man, Elzai, I actually met Elzai in 2006 in Japan. His first time in Japan with Slum Village. I met him there and got backstage with him and chopped it up. And some years later, we had a mutual friend that helped me get some beats to him. So I got some beats to him. He chose beats to rap to. Then he wound up leaving Slum Village. So that email address didn't work no more, you know. Then he popped back up doing his own thing, you know, the Elmatic album and all of that. You know what I mean?
Right,
and so yeah, man. And so then I met him again in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? A mutual friend introduced me to him in Atlanta. He was cool. He always been real humble, always really, really cool. So then finally I'm at the point where I feel like I want to go ahead and do a record with the brother. Could not find the brother to save my life. The emails didn't work no more. The numbers didn't work no more. I'm calling people from 10 years ago trying to get up with the dude. Man, I cannot get up with the dude, you know. But it turns out that my booking agency, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to On Point Booking. Like, we actually share a booking agency. And I was scrolling through all of the artists they had, and I just noticed them. And I reached out to the guy. Shout out to my man Vice. I reached out to him. I was like, man, I'm trying to get L on the record with me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Can you reach out to him, see what the business is? Like, if he would even be willing. He got back the same day. It was the same thing. Here's the contact. Let me hear the record. You know what I mean? It was the same thing.
You understand? You know what I'm saying? I don't blame you. Understand?
Yeah, sent him the record. He was like, bro, this is fire. Here's my phone number. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Give me like a couple weeks. I'm on it. You know what I mean? So he did it. He shot the video with us in Detroit and was super humble, man. And I think Clint would say the same, man. Like, super humble dude, super cool, like just regular cat, man, but just blessed with an immense gift with words, you know. And so you know, just a good dude. I wouldn't say that I know him as well as I know the other ones, but still a good dude, man, that I think if I seen anywhere, it would be all love.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the doggone engineers, man. I had an engineer. He's still cool with me, man. You know what I'm saying? My man, Vance Vex. You know what I'm saying? He out of Atlanta. You know what I mean? He introduced me to the Soul Messiah. I don't know if you know who Soul Messiah is. Soul Messiah.
I do know who Soul Messiah is.
You know what I'm saying?
I gotta relate. I we'll get back to that. Put a pin in it. Why I know Soul Messiah. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? He did the scratching on my first album. You know what I'm saying? I met his wife, you know, South Rock, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to the doggone engineers for lacing and hooking up stuff. He wanted to put me under his distribution deal. Now, hindsight 2020, I should have went and took the distribution deal back then. He was trying to hook me up. They got a distribution deal. He was like, I love what you're doing. Want to try to put me on. You know, I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I guess I was just thinking when I was there.
Ready, bro. You wasn't ready, man. It's all
good. You know what I'm saying?
It happens.
It happens, man. So, you know, man, I'm like you. I'm the old man coming back around. You know what I'm saying? I got, you know, some things in the works, man. I'm trying to get this other situation, man, where I got more time at the house. If I got more time in the house, the whole project you hearing me do right now was during the pandemic. I had number time on my hand to sit and make beats. And, you know what I'm saying? My girl was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I said, "I'm sitting out making beats." She looking around. She like, now with the stuff I was sitting there playing, she know what the hell I'm doing. She's seeing video. I'm shooting video before. She looking like, "What the hell? What that was you?" I told her I was right there. She like, I was a lot of stuff. I recorded some of this stuff in the closet. We stuck in the house in damn quarantine. I'm recording. I'm keeping up at night. She like, "Man, get out of here." And the first song I did was the prank.
I love it.
That's how I come about. But yeah, man, shout out to the doggone engineers. They be knowing this person, that person hook you up here and there, man. So they just help you make magic. So with all that, you know what I'm saying, when is the album drop?
Man, July 15th.
Okay. I'm there.
Special day.
The single just came out a couple of days ago. It's doing really, really, really well. I can play it if you want me to. You know what I'm saying?
That's my next question. What is the first single? And you know what I'm saying? Why did you choose?
For sure. The first single was called Zen. That's the song featuring Elzai. Shot half of the video in Detroit, the other half in Atlanta. Also featuring a very talented singer, Ari, who we worked with in the past. Who's I think she's from Alabama, but she is out here in Atlanta too, and she's in the video too. In the video, we got a cameo from my guy from D12, Swift McVeigh is in it. My guy LB from Long Story Longer, you know, he makes an appearance in it, man. It was fun, man. It was. And my homegirl, Fat Tony, she's a comedian. She did a skit in the video. She's from Detroit. Fat Tony. We had a blast, man. It was a movie, man. It was a good time.
Okay.
She killed it too, though.
So you killed two of my questions at once. I like it. So my next question for y'all is what is you guys' favorite? You could be one, you know, you could say it or you know, Marcus said or Clint said, it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? What is you guys' favorite producer and MC duo? We talked about it earlier. So now I'm bringing it back.
I already got mine. I can answer that now.
All right, go ahead.
It's probably gonna be the same thing for Mark Arnold, Common and Dilla.
Oh yeah, 1,000,000%.
Oh my God,
1,000,000%. Yeah, Common and Dilla, unquestioned.
Hey. Yeah, man. I got a couple, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm if you listen to my music, you can hear it in there sometimes. I'm partial to CL Smooth, Pete Rock and CL Smooth, and I'm partial to doggone, you know what I'm saying, to Gangstar.
Sure. I would put Tech and Quali in there. Tech and Quali in there. I would say Redman and Eric Sermon. I will put in there.
Knocking them out.
Yeah, there's some this whole duo, you know, Eric and Parrish together. You know what I'm saying? You know, were amazing. Man, I think let me see, for 4 albums, you said Pete Rock and CL Smooth, man. I would say Ice Cube and what's the name of the New York Bomb Squad. Ice Cube and the Bomb Squad, man, was phenomenal. Oh man, dude, Missy and Timbaland. You know, I would say shit, man. I'm saying Jermaine Dupri and the Brat. You know what I mean?
I like them. Yeah, that was a good combination.
They was fire together. Shit, man, it's a bunch of people out there, man. Notables that I ain't even think Dr. Dre and Eminem. I think they put together a hell of a run, especially in the beginning of Eminem's career. You know, they was killing it. You know, Just Blaze and Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
I know you ain't thinking about it. We probably ain't thinking about it like this, but once again, my favorite group ever, Eric B. and Rakim.
Eric B. and Rakim.
Eric B. He was producing some of those.
Eric B. and Rakim, man. Jazzy Jeff and the Fresh Prince.
That's just in the Fresh Prince.
You know, look, man,
That's
go,
crazy.
you know, going into a room with two guys, man, and coming out with this type of influence is no small feat. Like, you know, regardless to whether you like their particular brand of music, man, for a moment in time, they had the world at their feet. Everybody I just named, the game was absolutely frozen. you know, for what they were doing at that particular moment in time. Like there was no escaping it. And that's a big deal, man. You know, that's a really, really big
normalized growth now. Y'all the next up.
For sure. Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Y'all definitely the next up. You know what I'm saying? I feel some things. I feel some things. You know what I'm saying? I'm a good judge of these things. I feel something. So my next question is, you know what I'm saying, what's some of y'all favorite songs on the album and why?
I'll let Clint answer that
one. I like all of them, but like the last song, Someday, is the first one that popped in my head, but it's like the last song and the first song to me, like they tie it together. But I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna go with Let's Begin and Someday. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm with Clint on that.
All right. Yeah. That was quick. I feel like that was quick and easy. All right. So will there be a tour? That's my next question. Will there be a tour?
I don't know, man. I want there to be a tour. I hope there's I hope there's a tour. You know, I stand ready for a tour. I will accept a tour. It's you know, is the question is there a public that is going to buy the tickets, you know, to come to the tour? You know, that's the question. That's a whole nother.
You already know what I've been trying to tell you. I've been thinking. I know we have to have a sidebar on it, but I think that feeling can do some things. We got enough people that's dope to do our own thing, and I think if you do it right, people will come listen to what you got to say.
Yeah,
it's just my thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Because we're in another
teamwork make the dream work, baby.
We self-sufficient.
I am all positive towards what you're saying right now about that. Completely.
You got a podcast. You producing your own music. You doggone record your own music. You engineer your own music. Why the hell you can't put your own tour together and go out and do your own damn thing? You got the connects. You got Crooked Eye. You can put L down there. You can put Sky Zoo and you.
I'm with you, bro.
I
like how you talk. I like how you talking. I mean, I hope you don't feel no resistance. I'm not giving any.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on. Everything is self-sufficient now. I don't see where you need a whole bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? And y'all can negotiate the business and then make that thing work. You know what I'm saying? Hell, hey, I'm just gonna throw it out there. Conscious Rhyme is dropping the album. You know, Jackie's son, September 11th. 9/11. I'll be happy to go with you. You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is say, "Hey, we're going over here." I'm like, "Well, I'm out."
Damn right.
That's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? So I do a little thing called the artist corner, where I say little things. Sometimes I talk about business, the business of music. From my experiences over the years. I don't know if you know, I signed my first contract when I was like 17. Probably the worst thing I ever did in my life when I was younger. You know what I mean? It traumatized me. So I come in and I talk about different things here and there. Now this is mostly for Clint. You could probably jump in here too, but since I just bought this MK3. I really like it. Now I'm trying to get. Matter of fact, I'm gonna spend all day. I've been watching a whole bunch of tutorials. Now this is how I learn how to do everything. YouTube is crazy. I just watch YouTube. I learn how to do everything there is to do by buying stuff for dummies, like engineering for dummies. That's how I learn how to engineer. Engineer for dummies.
I heard them books was the truth though. Like I heard all them for dummies books was the truth. I never got into it.
They are. Everything I learned how to do was back in the days you didn't have I had to buy it for dummies. And that's how I learned how to do that stuff. So now I watch tutorials, and that's how I've been making. I made my first beat on here the other day when I was before the day I listened to to the album. I had made my first beat, just messing around on here. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was pretty good. I got more to do to it, but I want my question is, you know, between the MK3, I don't know if you work with both of them, and compared to the Kai MPC, what do you think is the better one? In your comparison, have you worked with both of them? And if so, what you think?
Yeah, I use a MPC 1000 when I was in the military. That's actually how I met one of my mentors. But man, I love the 1000. It was something about the pads, like because they was a little thicker than the machine. You know what I'm saying? It just felt like you was like in the beat, but I will never leave the machine. You know what I'm saying? Never. Like it's one of them things where with the machine, I don't have to think. Like I really don't. Like I can close my eyes like a typewriter. People when they just that's how this shit is to me.
Okay. But
yeah, man. I'm sorry for all the NPC lovers who are on here, man. But this a bad machine right here.
Hey man, I learned the other day. I was messing around like, man, what did I just do? I was start making beats. I was like, man, this ain't that hard, you know, because I'm used to.
Yeah.
And then I learned. I said, oh, my keyboard worked with this too. So I started making stuff. I had the keyboard. I had all the sounds on. I said, what was I doing all this time? I had this long time ago.
Yeah, they make it easy, man. But it's like from thought to idea, they try to make it as quick as possible, and I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you got an idea, machine make it to where it's like, okay, get to it. I can't explain it, but I could show you some stuff from here one day, man.
Yeah, we got to talk, man. We definitely gonna, you know, I ain't gonna say I'm not saying nothing because I want to learn how to do some stuff first before I come to you and you be like, well, press this, do this, and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. So I want to at least know. I'm just not starting to learn the language and starting to, you know, they got some pretty dope dudes out here that I've been looking at. That's all they do. I just sitting down, I'm looking at it. So I'm definitely, you know, if you know, if we all okay with exchanging information here, you know what I'm saying, we got to get up, man. We can talk, man, for sure.
I'm a nerd when it comes to this. Like really? If you ask my wife, I knew how to use it before I got it.
Really?
Like I literally watched that much video to the point where when I got it, I was making beats out the box. Like no bullshit. Not that like I'm talking about the machine, the MK1.
Yeah.
No, it was the MK2. Like that's when I got introduced to machine or whatever. But out the box, bro, I was getting in. They probably wasn't. They didn't have my feel yet because I was still working it, but I was making beats out the box. I watched that much video, like it was crazy because I knew like I was using Fruity Loops while I was watching videos on this because I needed the pads again. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't keep doing this mouse shit. So yeah, bro. It's the
so
best.
all I've been doing was keyboards and DAWs. I ain't been doing nothing else. So this is like all kind of new to me. That kind of, and I got pads on my M audio. So I got a few pads. That's why I bought it, and I can assign or whatever. But this is my first time really having something like it. I like it. I'm just in there. I was making the beat. My girl came like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "Man, this is on point, man." But you know, I'm definitely gonna pick your brain. We're gonna have to exchange some information, man. You know, I have to get your phone number, and we just had to chop it up here and there and see what we can do. I see you got your records in the back. I told him, he was like, man, people trying to get rid of records. He like, my pay was like, people trying to get rid of. I got rid of all my records. I'm like, no, I never did it before. So now I'm gonna go out and do the record thing. You know what I mean?
You gotta know what it feel like. You gotta know what it feel like.
All I did was buy CDs I would go to the you know, I guess you know the Navy Exchange that we call ours the BX. I just go over there, you know, to shop through the doggone CDs, and that's how I would do all my sampling.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of want to
get on YouTube, man.
Yeah, you ain't lying. That's all I've been doing. I put the YouTube on my TV in here and just follow. I stop it. I try whatever you're saying and start it again. That's what I've been doing.
I always ask myself, you know, because we blessed with all this technology that the producers we looked up to didn't have. Like Dilla didn't. Imagine Dilla searching YouTube for samples.
Damn.
Everybody would be pissed off because every last one he would already fuck up. He would already have killed it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's like I try to do that. I try to make people say that, like, fuck. I try to take everything. whatever is up there, I'm trying to sample that shit.
I ain't mad.
You got like it's in certain ways you can search, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like a big ass record store.
I kind of got away from sampling, so the stuff you hear, well, my niche is making stuff sound like samples. So I'm really good at making beats that you think I sampled, but I did not. You know what I mean? But I want to kind of get back. Like I got this song. We had to talk offline a little bit. I got this song I've been trying to work on. I just did for my mom, and I sampled. You know what I'm saying? Stairway to Heaven. But you probably would. You had to listen to it. You wouldn't even know I sampled kind of how I sampled Stairway to Heaven. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I see Mark rubbing his chin. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, this is what we do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, because I think you are understating. Like, you're new to that equipment, but you're not new to producing, bro. You know what I'm saying? You have an ear. Before you can use the tools, you need the ear, man. That's how you know whether or not you're good with the tools or not, because you have the ear. Like you know where it needs to be, and you'll work until it starts to get close to the ear. That's you could bang on pots and pans, bro. If you got the ear, man. That shit ain't gonna matter. I make beats on the iPad now.
Yeah, I know. I make beats on the iPad. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah.
But it's like now, mind you, it took a minute to reacclimate myself to making beats because I hadn't done it in a while. But it took me months. But I'm finally starting to get it close to the ear. You know what I mean? I'm finally starting to be like, ooh, this sounds like I know what the fuck I'm doing. Like, you know. I know what it sounds like when I'm just trying to make my way through it, and when I'm actually taking an idea and it happening, and that's it. Like that's it. Like that was the idea. I mean, I beat this equipment into submission to give me my idea. When you can start using it like that, that's when you know it's linear. Like he said earlier, it's thought to listening in the studio. When you can start doing stuff, I can do that. Mixing, like if I'm mixing a record, all I got to do is think of it, and within a few seconds, it's what I was thinking. You know, it's like it's working. It's so when I'm mixing music, it's so interconnected with my psychology that it's like I'm doing a dance. I could be Clint will call me sometimes. He'd be like, "What you doing?" I'll be like, "I'm mixing a record." I'm talking to him the entire time. I'm talking to him. I'm mixing the song visually. I'm not even listening to it. And when I say, all right, bro, I'm gonna holler at you later, I press play, and and 9 times out of 10, it's gonna sound dope as shit. You know what I mean? It's like driving a car, bro. You know, it's like when you do something for so long, that's what I'm saying. Like, bro, like since I met you, you produced the first music I heard you rapping to. Like
you did. You were looking at me like, hell. You were like that.
I mean, making a dope beat is not. It's not. I'm not surprised if I hear a conscious rhyme beat and it's dope. Like, of course it's gonna. I mean, how many hours you need to come up with a dope beat? You know what I'm saying?
I do recommend, like a lot of people that I'll be showing the machine, they'll get frustrated and go back to whatever they was using. So I do recommend, like, if you're gonna use a machine, like stick with it for a little minute. Like, don't give up on it. Cause like it be people I'll be doing like these little sessions where I show people how to use the machine on Zoom calls or whatever, and sometimes it don't click with everybody. And I look up on Instagram and they like, fuck machine. I'm using Ableton now. But man, just stick with it, or anything. If it ain't machine, but whatever it is, you gotta stick with it, because that's how you get to what Mark's talking about, where you're not thinking as much.
Yeah.
I'm stuck with that one machine.
I like the sounds it got. I was like, damn, it got all these sounds in it. So I'm already like, yo, I'm on it. And like I said, I won't spend tomorrow kind of messing with it. When I get stuck on some, I kind of work at it. You know, so I got bass. I play a little bass. You know, I work on stuff until I can't. You know, I get it. You know what I mean? So I don't think I'm gonna give it up no time soon, man.
You gotta look up Easy Mobi's video of how he made Flavor in Your Ear. He made Flavor in Your Ear with 8 seconds of sample time, bro. I think maybe even less than that. Yeah, bro. Like it truly is the ear. I promise you, dog. Like it's the ear. Yep. Pots and pans, bro. That shit will be. Look, man. Dilla sat in front of that MP like it was an extra set of hands for him.
I know. Every time you see him, he sit in front of the MP, man.
That was it, bro. All that stuff we love, all the genius you know what I mean? It was all from the MP, bro.
Yeah, that nigga, he was so sensitive to like to frequencies, like. But I realized, bro, like the wrong note will tell you it's wrong.
Yes,
your body will tell you it's wrong. Like
body just jerk. Like, what is that? That's totally wrong.
Like that's one thing I learned that changed everything for me. Like, if you think the note wrong, it's wrong.
It's wrong.
You're gonna feel. You're gonna feel it. It's crazy, and that's how life is. Like, I ain't get into that shit.
What I'm bro. Is that, you know what I mean? You could actually tune whatever sample, whatever it is, to the note. You got a little, you can tune it. You know what I mean? I used to have to think it out for myself. I'm listening and I know music. Like I said, thank God for, I say Carol City Junior High School in Miami, and American Senior High School, the marching band, the jazz band, and the orchestras I played in. So I kind of got an ear for that. So I sit there and I can hear it, but now, hell no. You can tweak the button, you can turn it, and you can find what note is what. You know what I'm talking about? I'm like, well, this is it. This is the truth right here. So to me, I was already kind of liking what I'm hearing just from that alone, man. So yeah, man, you're right. It's the ear. You gotta have some kind of feel for it, man. My I just think, like I said, my mom, I used to drive her crazy with a 45, man. I take them out, play them 45s all day. So that kind of gave me the ear going into everything, and it just kind of went from there, man. And I can hear from what you're doing. I already know. I said, this dude's nasty, man.
Nah, this dude's a monster, man. He gonna be sponsored by them dudes here in just a second.
My God, he was nasty, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm happy I got my ears to hear it. You're a humble dude, man. You kind of just laid back, chill. But the best dudes, the best music come from people like that. So I'm happy I got a chance to come over and talk with y'all, man. And if we finna play.
Thank you, bro.
Yeah, we finna play the music, you know what I'm saying? And after that, we'll come back and we'll talk a little bit, ask, find out where your social media at, where everything at, and we'll close it all out. But I want people, I've been talking about it, so I want people to hear what I've been talking about.
All good, bro. Yeah, I'll play it, man. This is Zen. First single off the album, man. I hope y'all enjoy it.
Let's do it.
How you cha-cha? Well, no, they might have been in the mix. I got to she was in the hip hop shop with us. Yeah. That's why I was like, wow.
That's how I learned how to
Sometimes I forget. Not to force it. And the Zen is my friend. When you see me, you see, yeah. Well, alright. Backseat of the Uber, feeling like film bloopers. Reaching the end and self-medicating from the humor. Time seemed to never mind me, so I pressed on. When they find me, pray this make me just a little less gone. Took a crack at Atlanta cause I was brave enough. I learned fair with just some shit the rich made up. Genius though, I ain't no hater, just a washed brain. Became a G now, and race against my mama pain. She prayed Jesus have mercy on my QWERTY. I ain't got the heart to tell her all rap money is dirty. In the back room of a pack saloon getting vacuumed, trying to catch my longitude and latitude attitude. Without it you a light snack through a lion mitten. Nobody cares about how hard you're trying. Better it for me because I care kinda. These niggas hate to share a post, they rather share vaginas.
I wish my arms was long enough to hug all of you at the same damn time.
Not to force it.
Back.
The Zen is my friend.
On the block. 16. What you got?
Will you see me?
Okay. Alright, cuz you ain't trying to battle. You ain't want no smoke. Alright.
My predicating, meditating comes a Zen state that shows the head of Satan separating from an end grade.
No one could stop me. Why oblige or act sloppy? Won't dodge the fact, acknowledge and say Roger that. Copy. The 3 out of my 4 shadows could foreshadow rats or rattlesnakes and fragile tanks for war battles. That's a slap in the face that makes a bully hold his lips. Who knew I came in peace, forgetting I was fully loaded. Clips that bang biggest theories on how the earth gets formed. I watched dark clouds equal out to a perfect storm. I saw the nightmares that I had offset my wildest dreams, replacing the childish schemes that wasn't worth it. Normally, a step begins. Now I'm closer to what has kept me zen. That's writing lead poison till it's ink that flows out of EpiPen. The third eye stays red if life's your preferred high. I was winging it till I got it right. That's how a bird fly. Zen.
Sometimes I forget. Front seat of the Uber swiping and start to ride. Convo started before I even put the car in drive. Nice weather, nice bride, very nice lies.
That's that heat right there, boy. That's that.
Thank you, bro.
That's serious heat right there. Like, man, I love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the girl in the video, that's your girl. Did y'all shoot that in Detroit?
Yep. She's an R&B singer, Ari. Yep.
And y'all shot in Detroit?
We shot half of it in Detroit, half of it in Atlanta. Yep.
Okay.
All the LZI parts were in Detroit.
Yeah. Okay. Like I said, man, it don't make no sense. You shoot videos, editing video, engineering, got producers, you know what I'm saying, got podcasts. You ain't got to wait on nobody, man. Yeah, I'm just telling you, that's where you want to be. That's a space. I know.
That nigga don't wait on nobody. That's why. He don't wait. That's why he do it.
Yeah, I love it.
Nah, we ain't got that kind of time on our hands, bro. We ain't, to wait around on people to get it. You feel me?
No.
Hey, bro. Mark, bro, I was watching the Warriors win the championship, right? How they was just celebrating and shit. And it just made me think, like, man, can't wait to get this chip, bro. You know what I mean? Like, them niggas was happy, bro. Them niggas was happy, bro. And, like, they put that work in, my G. Like it just was inspiring to see somebody reach their goal, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
That shit was so dope, bro.
Blessing, man. It's a blessing, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, I know. I said, I'm y'all here, man. I learned something tonight. I learned Clint was in the military. I didn't know that. You know what I'm saying? I just learned what Sub John. I know you're talking about when you're talking about Sub John just now, and I learned what normalized growth. You gave us a whole lesson tonight. You know what I'm saying? Right here on the salute. So I feel real blessed, and I feel privileged to have been here to be able to talk with y'all, man. And I thought we were on these questions. That's why I didn't give it to you right away. I want to think on them before I gave it to you.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you for having us, bro. Like, thank you. This is a very special moment to me, bro. Like, thank you, man. Anytime, me and my guy been holding on to this music for quite some time. It is. Listen, we're having a blast allowing the world in now. We've been me, my guy, and my other homie. Shout out to Wiz's Beast, Mr. FU1Me. Like, he's actually the third part of normalized growth behind the scenes on the business side. You know what I'm saying? I got to start talking about that more. As a group, me and Clint, but as a business, it also includes my guy, Mr. FU1Me. He's right here with us, man. You know what I'm saying? He was the one
for sure.
He heard the various albums I was working on and was like, no, that's the one. You know what I'm saying? And it was me trusting his ear that said, okay, fine, I'll put everything to the side. And but that's over 20 years. You know what that is without, man. I mean, that's
I know.
Yeah, man. So when you hit a conviction in your homie like that, okay, I trust you, bro. I'm gonna do this.
I know who is that. When we was doing the listening part, I said, man, you need to get your man Wiz a cigar. Buy him some champagne. He just you up. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I agree.
You know what I mean? I do understand that. Yo, man, I solo, man. He who he is, but I trick him all the time. I throw a beat and he was like, wait a minute. You know what I'm saying? That's how I get him rolling. It gotta be a dope beat or a dope something. He'll really get rolling then. He, sometimes it's hard to get him out the dungeon, dust him off. So I hold it down the fort for him until he ready. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. So we don't come to the end here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give everybody your social media where we can pick up the album when it come out. You know what I mean? Shout out, let us know what where we can hear this beautiful music.
Well, Normalized Growth at Normalized Growth on everything. Even if you want to email us, it's normalizedgrowth@gmail.com. It's normalizedgrowth.com. There will be CDs. You can buy them at normalizedgrowth.com. When the album drops July 15th, you can stream it everywhere you stream music. Yes, even Apple. Yes, even Spotify. Yes, even Tidal. Yes, even Amazon. Yes, even Pandora. I'm laughing, but I'm saying that because you will be surprised after you say you can stream it anywhere that the question still arises, so I can get it on Pandora. Yeah. Anywhere you can stream music. And that's weird because even that phrasing is weird for people. Anywhere you play music on your phone, when you go to the application on your phone and you search for music, you will be able to find the Normalized Growth.
It will be there.
It will be there. It is called Normalized Growth 2, the search for Zen. You can just type in Normalized Growth and that album will pop up. Or if you want to look me up, MRKSX, the album will pop up. You know what I'm saying? And you'll be able to still find it, man. We're really excited. We can't wait for the people to get a hold of this, man. I really want to see people living what people say after they live with the music for a little while, man. We got much more to come, bro. We got some relationships with some physical stores that are gonna come into play here real soon. But right now, this is the rollout, and it's coming, man. If you want to support the brand, stop by normalizedgrowth.com. We got all types of merch up there, man. Please support the brand.
Got the hats.
Absolutely, bro. Yep. I got a few of them.
I'm gonna have me some Normalized Growth. Yeah, you better believe. I went the other day and saw. I was like, I need to get me some of these right here.
Oh, backpacks, shirts, water bottles. You know what I'm saying? Stay hydrated. You feel me? And,
I love it, man.
Support the brand, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you, man. Hip Hop Chief Conscious Rhyme. I'm so proud of you. I don't know what to do, bro. You stumbled into this podcast space, man. And so I admire brothers who are like-minded that man, I'm gonna stumble through it till I get it right, bro. You know what I'm saying? I know I'm stumbling right now, but shit, y'all don't know what I know. What I know is I don't give up on shit.
No, that's one of the best qualities that anybody can have, though. Step into the wilderness,
check back in on me in 6 months and tell me, don't you see the difference? You dig? Like that's what I be on. You know what I'm saying? That's why
I got a camera that follow you now. How about that? You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you know what I mean? You sitting in front of that camera, man. You know what I mean? You the comfort level is over the moon, bro. Like you doing it now. Like, I love it.
Hey man, I love this, man. You know, I thank you. Like I said, I'm gonna throw my own shameless plug out there to play us out, but this man here did the video. You know what I'm saying? The last 2 videos, this man did the videos for me. You know what I'm saying? I'm thankful, and my family just love this guy, man. They love this, watch him. They came out. My girl is like, man, she's like, we working with Mark. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm solo. We work with Mark. I'm like, all right, man. Y'all said we play it. Because we have a good time, we go out there, man. And it's like family. It ain't nothing. He be like, yo, he always has a vision when he come out, and he make the stuff right, man. You know what I mean? So that's what with the videos you see coming out from Normalized Growth. That's this man. You know what I mean? You good when you got these. I guess I want to say next level type MCs, Skyzoo and Elzai. They in the video, like yo, it's no, like it's regular video. You know what I mean? Because it is. It's a good video.
Look at Zen again, man. Elzai rocking a Normalized Growth shirt, bro. You know what I'm saying?
All I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there you go. Quality is dope. He does a good job, man. So yeah, man. You go check out my Pray video. This man has done it. He done it for me, man. So thank you so much again, man. Thank you for being on my show. Thank y'all for coming through, man. You don't have to pop up, man. I'm gonna get you information from MRK, man, and we'll chop it up, man. Because I don't want to be dumb. I'm a type person. I'm gonna mess with it, and then I'll be like, yo, once I know the language, so I won't be looking like I'm done. at least let me get to know some of the language a little bit before I get on the phone with you, so I can really follow.
Okay, no doubt. Okay, cool. I got you, bro.
For sure, man. Normalized growth. Thank y'all for stopping through. You know, this been the salute. All right.